between two traditional rivals. The semi-final between the Nunawading Spectres and the Geelong Supercats, two teams that have met in this competition for many, many years. And the latest chapter is set to be an exciting instalment. Ben Waterworth alongside Damien Arsenis, who called the Spectres last week in what was a Frankston demolition, and they'll have something to prove this evening. Damien, as I welcome you to the broadcast.
Thank you. It's good to be back here at the graveyard for this elimination final, and what a big game it is for both teams. And I did have the pleasure of calling Frankston and Nunawading last week.
What an atmosphere it sounded like.
Oh, it was a phenomenal atmosphere, and they're certainly getting close to what's been billed as a full house tonight. The seats are filling up very fast.
It's officially a sellout, according to the club.
Yes, and look, it was a fantastic atmosphere, and Frankston just blew them out of the water in that opening term, and they went hard at Simon Conn.
Yeah.
And that may well be a formula that we see from Geelong tonight.
So is that one of the main things you took out from a Nunawading perspective last week, was their ability, Frankston's ability to work through Simon Conn and potentially expose him? Because it's from what we were talking about pre-game and off-air, that was super aggressive last week, Frankston.
They were, and they're one of the best transition teams in the league, particularly from defence to offence. They just pushed the ball so hard, and they did so with such effectiveness last week, and at every opportunity in transition they went at Conn. And the other thing that really impressed from Frankston's point of view was Majuk had his way with Lucas Walker.
Yep.
And Lucas Walker really, while he got 8 points and got going late in the game, they really had a handful in guarding both him and Trist as well. So, look, it was Nunawading came back. Dane Swatala got into foul trouble.
Yep.
Tom Wright got into foul trouble. Their two best defenders got in foul trouble against Frankston. And if they can stay on the court tonight, perhaps it's a different kettle of fish. But for me, Nunawading need Dane Swatala out there, particularly with Simon Conn on court. And
Swatala had a big game when these two teams last met in round one. From a Supercats perspective, they actually were so strong in the first quarter last week. They defeated Dandenong thanks to a 32-13 first quarter. They dropped off a little bit in the second quarter, but able to maintain their intensity as that second half played out. This is a Supercats team that's looked very different to the dominant teams of the past couple of years, but they've got some big star quality. I think none bigger in particular than their star import DeMarcus Gatlin. AJ Williams also capable of a big game. They're a dangerous team, the Supercats.
Well, they are, and don't forget Lewis Thomas as well. 26 points last week against the Rangers. Yeah. But DeMarcus Gatlin, you mentioned him. He's leading the league in steals, 2.3 a game. Certainly up there for Defensive Player of the Year. He probably is going to be that important player. Look, if they're going to try and push the tempo, a la what Frankston did, he's probably going to be at the forefront of that tonight.
Watch for him right throughout the night, no doubt about that. But the Spectres and the Supercats actually opened the NBL1 season all the way back in round one. A big crowd there at Geelong, but Nunawading made a bit of a statement. They won 23-70. And it was the Spectres that night that actually jumped the Supercats with a 32-21 performance. And the Supercats shot 28 from 89 from the field, including 2 for 33 from beyond the arc, whereas Nunawading shot 31 for 75 and 9 for 31 from beyond the arc. Quick tip, who do you think is going to take this one out tonight, Damien?
Oh, look, it's hard to look past the home team here. I think the Spectres might just have the edge.
Well, we're underway, and the Supercats from the tip able to bring the ball away. Gatlin and AJ Williams combining early. The Supercats and the Spectres, two traditional rivals in NBL1. The pass inside was looking for Hicks. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Thomas with his first look, and it's a beautiful look as well, and he's pumped.
Well, good way to open your first game back after a 26-point explosion last week.
12 for 15 from the field last week, Thomas. Super important. Here's Nunawading first look on offense. 10 to shoot from McDonald. Inside for the king of the mid-range. Simon Conn backing down, turning around. Fouled! Count the points! What a start from Simon Conn.
Well, the master of the mid-range. Many words to describe Simon Conn, but he's just so effective from that range. And when he's got a bit of size like he has as well, very hard to guard. But just should go through. Geelong's got Owusu, Thomas, Williams, Hicks, Gatlin on court, Conn, McDonald, Swatala, Chronopoulos, and Wright for the Spectres.
Sold out crowd silences. Conn puts up and knocks down his first free throw. We're 3 apiece in the opening minute. An exciting start to this semi-final. genuine winner takes all. Loser goes home clash tonight. Winner will take on the Miners next week in the preliminary final. They've been one of the most impressive teams in NBL1 this season. Here's McDonald. For Con, another mid-range jumper. This time a tad too deep and a strong rebound from Gatlin. What can he do at the offensive end of the court? Athletic and layup attempt, no good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket for his first points.
Well, there, early look by Gatlin. He saw that he had an opportunity to take it to Con, and he did. Didn't make the basket, but what didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is, in the end, a pretty easy one. McDonald almost got the steal, but Wright on the board. Tom Wright had a good game last week, and in the end, it opened up for the captain, Owusu, for his first point. So an exciting athletic start to this game. Renopoulos also on the court.
They're going to go try get it into Swatala, and the double team, it's poked.
And on the fast break, Thomas puts the foot on the gas. Offensive rebound, no good on the second attempt. And now Nunawading through the experienced, wise hands of McDonald. Oh, missed Con. He wanted contact. None forthcoming. Owusu stepping around Euro-style Swatala. He's not happy with the call, Dane Swatala. He scored for his first personal foul, and Owusu's going to the line.
Well, Swatala never held his ground. He kept moving sideways. You're going to see it on the replay here. He was there, but then moved sideward. That was contact on the hip.
First personal foul against Dane Swatala. We mentioned earlier that several Nunawading players got themselves into foul trouble last week against Frankston. 3 players fouled out, but Dane Swatala barely played any court time in the first half.
No, I think he only played about 5 minutes in the first half. And it really did cost the Spectres.
So the Supercats with a 9-5 lead early as Owusu knocks down that second free throw attempt. Swatala was excellent against Geelong in round 1. On cue, Swatala misses, and a strong rebound from Hicks, who had a big night off the boards last week against Dandenong. He had 13 rebounds last week. And now the mid-range jumper that time from Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. And the Supercats in double figures.
Well, that first shot by Gatlin, I think the Spectres would be happy for him facing up and shooting those. He's looked short on both of his opportunities, but just the hustle by the Supercats there to get a second and third chance opportunity.
McDonald, 9 assists against Geelong in round 1. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first triple for the Spectres.
Well, that's a very good sign for the Spectres when McDonald's hitting three-pointers.
Yeah, when he is making an impact on the scoreboard, not just bringing teammates into the game, it is strong. Thomas, Con couldn't get a hand in there, and then Thomas did all the hard work, but couldn't hit the layup in the end.
There's been a couple of times now Thomas has not been able to finish at the rim. Missed opportunities.
Now kick it around. Wright thought about the triple attempt. He went the mid-range instead. Missed. Swatala, good hustle, and he couldn't get it to go. But still a fresh 14 almost, as McDonald goes to the floor along with Williams, and the foul is called on Owusu for the Supercats. Second team foul against Geelong. Nick Owusu, been with the Supercats since 2004, but great to see him having a good run at it finally after many seasons plagued by injury. He's having an excellent 2019 campaign.
Almost the barometer for them this year.
His 18th game so far this season, just missed the 2. Here's Simon Con. Already hit one mid-ranger. And he just couldn't quite get that shot to go. Dave Beaver was looking for some contact, but none forthcoming. Williams stepping around and missing the 3. And a good long rebound there for Gatlin. Fresh 14 for the Supercats. Coming off a strong win against Dandenong. Behind the back for Hicks, who barely elevated when shooting that 3. And another offensive rebound for Geelong.
That's 6 offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for 3 again. This time knocks it down.
Well, offensive rebounds are hurting Nunawading early.
Dave Beaver did say during the week that the Supercats do run the offense really well as Williams takes a tumble and an offensive foul is called on the Spectres. That's on Lucas Walker as well.
Lucas Walker's been on the court less than 2 seconds and he's been picked up for a foul. Checking in for Hronopoulos.
David Beaver said during the week they probably crash offensive forwards a bit harder than Frankston, so we have to be a bit cautious with their offensive glass work. Well, early stages, they are having a huge say off the O-boards. Williams, Owusu thought about the three, easily gets around Con, Swatala and McDonald come up with a turnover.
That was well read there by Swatala.
Right, inboard, Con this time nice and
one.
deep, and is fouled as well, King Con.
Well, that was great seal there by Con. Even better by Wright to get it to him. Exactly where he wanted that ball, and there was nothing else Hicks could have done. And now Hicks, that's 2 personals on him, so he's going to check out.
They're starting big man at 204 centimetres, Marlo Hicks.
And Liam McInerney now in for his first minutes.
It's a good start for Simon Con in this contest, looking to make amends for last week. He's numerically had a great week against Frankston, 17 points, 13 rebs. He'd take that every day of the week, but certainly seemed a little bit exposed in the early stages of that game against the high-tempo Frankston.
Well, he's up to 6 points now to lead all scorers.
Williams again shooting 3. Lovely elevation and a lovely finish from AJ.
Oh, Williams, is he heating up or what? First was a sider and now he's knocked down 2 straight.
17-11 in favour of the Supercats. Good start on their away from their home court. Foul is called on Geelong.
It's on Gatlin.
And Gatlin called for his first personal.
Gatlin trying to get the steal. There's a reason why he gets 2.3 a game. You don't do it by just standing there watching.
14 fouls for the Supercats.
Oh,
Swatala.
great play. Nice set play on the inbounds. Finds Swatala open. A good response. Margin back to 4.
Here's Gatlin. Sees McInerney. Guarded by Con. Gatlin this time for the triple. That didn't look good off the hand. And Walker bringing down an easy defensive board. Swatala one-on-one in the post here against Gatlin. This would be a good matchup. You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala.
And if Gatlin's going to be guarding Swatala again on the next play, I'd be going straight back at it.
Great defense from Walker. Unfortunately, he was off Nunawading hands, but he went straight up in the cylinder according to the referee. And now just the 14 seconds for Geelong to shoot.
And we've seen all season, if we just have a look here, he was outside the protected area, but we've seen all season, if you're within a foot around that area, they've been very lenient in not making a foul call. Either way.
McInerney received the basketball from Bly, who is on the court for the first time for Geelong. Williams falling well short with that 2 attempt, and Andrew Steele on the court for Nunawading comes up with a rebound. Steele really struggled last week. That's a big rejection from McInerney, denying Wright the layup opportunity. Williams this time puts it up and misses, and Swatala starting to get involved in this contest.
That was just great defense by McDonald. Held his ground, hand in the face, made life extremely difficult for Williams, as we see. Steele off target. And Swatala was very lucky not to pick up his second personal.
He wants to get involved in this contest. Swatala, Thomas can't hit that 3, and this time Gatlin gets the 2 and will go to the line for an extra.
And you talk about offensive rebounding, that's the story of the opening term. The Nunawading Spectres are getting murdered on the O boards. They've given up now 8 offensive rebounds.
It would not please Dave Beaver too much, particularly because he pointed it out during the week in the media, and even more so, no doubt, internally, to watch those Geelong offensive rebounds.
And it's not just one player, it's been spread around too. They're sharing the love.
They almost came up with another one there as McInerney just missed the offensive rebound. Swatala with the inbounds to McDonald.
It's just a tense feeling here. The crowd's quiet.
Yeah. Great contest to start off with. Just a 4-point differential, but you feel like Geelong have had the upper hand. McDonald hoping to try and thread the needle and find right, but there was some contact in there.
Blight.
So Bly with his first personal.
And you can really see, though, in offense, the Spectres are working overtime, particularly right off the ball, trying to get him open.
Fourth team foul for the Supercats, but right in the process of shooting. So he will go to the line, the captain of the Nunawading Spectres.
And one of the best free throw shooters in the competition.
91%. Normally Tom Wright he goes at. It has been a wonderful rise in his basketball career. Content playing for the Spectres for many years and found 3x3. Increased his training output and has really thrived and become one of the country's, not just the country's best players, but one of the world's best 3x3 players.
He certainly nailed it there. More than 90% from the free throw line. That's phenomenal in this league.
Back to a 2-point differential. Thomas wanted Bly, but just some good checking there from Nunawading. Gatlin with 11 seconds to shoot. Sees an opening through, but he was denied by Lucas Walker.
And Walker gave him a chest bump afterwards as well. And Rao Kirsten, the referee, has just said, Lucas, just settle down there. You watch the replay here. And just off screen, there's a little bit of a chest bump. You just couldn't see it on the replay.
Certainly got the crowd up and about. Lots of murmurings after that prediction from Lucas Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too good. 2 points for Thomas. Back out to a 21-17 lead for the Supercats. Walker looking to do it the offensive end of the court. That did not look good off the hand at all. And Bly with an easy rebound. Varley on the court as well. Thomas feeding Gatlin. Thinks about three. Got right for company. And he kicks it out for McInerney. Thomas with another offensive rebound. They're smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple.
Well, they've certainly made him pay on that possession. 12 second chance points for the Supercats in this opening term.
What a performance this has been, early stages. Swatala at the other end for his own triple. All nylon. He's had a good start to this game, Dane Swatala. Needs a few others to come to the party for Nunawading, though.
So defensively, the Spectres have probably got one of their best defensive lineups on the court at the moment. But they're still getting done on the O boards.
Varley for 2 straight threes. The microwave off the bench, Lewis Varley. 6 handy points as we tick into the final minute of this first quarter. What an entertaining quarter it's been as McDonald is fouled on his way through the key and will head to the stripe.
So a little over a minute ago, I was about to say Nunawading have worked themselves back into the game and chipped away, and all of a sudden 2 big threes. One of them off another offensive rebound has put the Supercats back up by 7, and they certainly have been in control for most of this opening term.
Shane McDonald again will go to the line. Free throwing, not his best skill, has to be said. Only just over 50% free throw shooter, Shane McDonald. 2013 Siebel MVP. He knows this level very, very well.
So makes the second.
300 plus games, Shane McDonald. Lots of experience at this time of the year as well.
But just to emphasise the offensive rebounding, Nunawading have shooting 7 of 15 from the field. Geelong, 10 of 26.
Yes.
11 more shots.
McInerney for 3. Yes!
Oh, it's raining 3-pointers for the Supercats.
What a performance from Leon O'Neill's team, who finished 6th on the NBL1 ladder at regular season end. The Spectres held second spot for so long, finished 3rd. 5 to shoot here for McDonald, but great hustle defense. Con by himself gets it off in time and knocks it down. 2 much-needed points. Goodwin
Game clock, 2 seconds.
will have the last say, and well off target. But you certainly give that first quarter to the Supercats. 30-23, a high-scoring, up-tempo start to this contest between Nunawading and Geelong, and it is the the away team, Damien, with the early advantage by 7 points.
It is, and really the big difference has been not just some three-point shooting that we saw there, it's the offensive rebounds. There is 14 second chance points to none.
Yeah.
14 to none. And the shooting, 27 shots to Geelong compared to Nunawading's 16. Like, they're big differences in just one quarter of
I
basketball.
suppose how sustainable is that for Geelong, though? You can be so good off the offensive glass, but sooner or later you need to start knocking down your shots.
Oh, you do. And it's not that, Nunawading's shooting at a higher clip. They're shooting at 50% from the field. Geelong are 40%. It's just Geelong are getting more of the ball through second and third chance opportunities. And that I'm sure that is something that Beavers is talking about right now. Whereas for Geelong, they've actually had some good scoring production off the bench. Throughout the season, it's really been their core five that have got most of the scoring done. And tonight early, they've got 6 points from Varley, 3 from McInerney or East, so 9 points in the opening term. That's a really good sign for Geelong.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Dave Beaver said during the week that he just didn't know if his players' heads dropped against Frankston last week, but when he looked at who was playing the hardest out there in terms of intensity, it certainly wasn't a Spectres player. We got out-hustled, Beaver said, and they just wanted a bit more than us. We have to play harder. We have to want it more. And I don't think you can discredit the Spectres' intensity at the ball. They've certainly brought at the offensive end of the court. They've been really efficient, but just off the glass at their defensive end of the court, there's a lot of room for improvement there at the moment.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree. It's a work ethic thing at the moment. They're just being outplayed on the offensive glass, and you talk about a team that's very good on the offensive glass. He acknowledged it himself. Geelong are probably better on the O-boards. Well, they dominated the O-boards at the opening term.
Second quarter underway. Spectres with the opening offensive look. Walker used all his time in that jump shot to put it up, and he knocked it down to reduce the margin to 5.
That was a tough shot by Walker. I was just shaking my head. Wasn't probably the shot the Spectres are after, but they'll take it dropping.
He'd almost landed back on the floor by the time he put the shot up. Just timed his jump shot to perfection. Owusu came through and slammed straight into the advertising boards after missing that shot. Renopoulos and McDonald was looking for Walker and then sent it straight into row 1A. Was off Supercat's hands according to the referee. McInerney didn't think it was.
No, he's not happy about it at all, is he? Certainly had plenty to say to referee Steve Middleton.
Walker.
That's
nice
strong.
move. 2 very strong field goals early from Lucas Walker in this quarter.
Walker was able to get past Goodwin quite comfortably there, and once he got his hips past, there was no stopping him.
Gatlin raising up, but missing that opportunity, and nice body work from Steele to feed Con and Neuropoulos and McDonald.
Well, you can see there, Steele made an extra effort to get the box out. And while he didn't get clean hands on it, the Spectres did get the rebound.
Here is Walker. He's got the hot hand early, but he's
Gatlin.
Taken it out of his hot hands.
Gatlin got the knockout. And that's a steal he won't get credited for.
Owusu guarded by Walker, but well played by Walker. He gets free though, Owusu, and can't miss the 3. And a big, strong defensive rebound from Nunawading.
So better signs from the Spectres to open the second term.
McDonald for Con. Renopoulos, he loves to drive inside. That's what he does, and he's denied. Rejected away by Gatlin again.
There's a reason why Gatlin's name gets thrown around as being a potential defensive player of the year.
Still yet to score in this quarter, Geelong. 8 to shoot. Renopoulos is called for the first foul of this quarter.
Renopoulos had the right idea. He knew what he was doing. He was just overly enthusiastic. You just see here, just overcommitted.
Knew that he was close as well. You could see by his reaction afterwards. So Swatala checking back into the game, as is Tom Wright. Renopoulos taking a seat for Nunawading. Gatlin. Owusu with right in his face, and 5 to shoot here, Owusu. He gets the screen. He was after the pick and roll with McInerney. Didn't quite go, and Con again with a big defensive rebound.
Oh, well, Con was like a vacuum cleaner then, just sucking it down.
And Walker off the glass. Big start for Lucas Walker, and it's back to a 1 point game.
Well, it's a big start to the second period for the Spectres overall. They've managed to prevent the Supercats from getting any score and close the margin to 1. And more importantly, no offensive rebounds in this second period.
Here's Goodwin feeding Gatlin. 5 to shoot. They're using up a lot of their shot clock. Owusu wide open for 3, and he gets the scoreboard ticking over in the second term for Geelong.
Lack of rotation defensively by the Spectres. You cannot give Owusu that much space.
McDonald. Con. Walker was fouled. There was certainly some hands in there from Goodwin as he was cutting inside Lucas Walker. And Goodwin's first personal and first team foul for Geelong in this term.
Well, Goodwin was beaten there on the cut. Great recognition by the Spectres to get it to Walker. And in many ways, probably a good foul because Walker was deep.
So Goodwin comes to the bench, as does Varley for Geelong. Fresh 14 seconds on the clock here for the Spectres. McDonald didn't get rid of it in time. 5-second violation, and you give that one to Geelong's great hustle defence.
Well, that's not something you see every day at this level. A 5-second violation.
Particularly from Shane McDonald as well. Timeout called here at the Nunawading Basketball Centre. Has been a good start to this quarter from particularly Lucas Walker at the offensive end for the Spectres. They've reduced the margin to 4. But the Supercats hitting a 3-pointer there through Owusu. But Lucas Walker's been the man to get the Spectres off to a good start in this quarter, Damien. And showing why he's such a highly touted and regarded player in the country.
Oh, most certainly. But, you know, there's a full house crowd here tonight. As you can see, the fans there taking a break at quarter time. But they're very subdued. The Spectres haven't quite been able to give them something to get behind and get some energy there. But there's certainly no energy from the crowd feeding the home team tonight. But all credit to Geelong. They haven't really given them any opportunity to get that momentum either. So, but again, I still feel for the Spectres, Dwayne Satala really is going to play a key here. I think when he was on earlier and when he's alongside Walker, and at the moment they're running the big 3 because they were getting out rebounded, but now they've slowed that up from Geelong. They've worked their way back in. It's a 4-point margin, and I just kind of feel Swatala's the guy that can open it up for the Spectres.
You've got 7 points and 5 rebounds so far in this game. Inside, Thomas back on the floor. McInerney off his feet, and then that came off the feet of Con. So still a Supercats ball, but only 11 seconds to shoot now. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching around the planet. NBL1 semi-finals time between the Supercats and the Spectres. Thomas, idea was right, execution not quite there. And then I'm not sure whether idea or execution was there from McInerney. It is a Nunawading ball.
I don't know what McInerney was doing. He just needed to turn and shoot. If he didn't throw that one away, it was probably going to be a 3-second violation. So you get that close. But it's good to see, you know, the old stack run there by Geelong. Kids would have been familiar with that move here at Nunawading.
10 seconds for McDonald. Right, mid-range jumper. And Con with a good O-board. That's what they need, their own offensive rebounds.
I'm pretty sure that's the first offensive rebound in the quarter for either team.
Walker wide open for 3. Oh, they got away with one there, Geelong.
Well, Walker's more than capable to hit from that distance.
50% three-point shooter normally, Lucas Walker.
Yeah, this season he's been very effective.
McInerney this time, right move, right execution from McInerney.
Well, he learned from the last possession. You get that close, you shoot the ball, son.
Liam McInerney. Now McDonald barking out instructions as he has done for many years on this court. Walker in the corner. Well short. And no offensive rebound. Foul is called.
It looks like Lewis Thomas. That's his first.
Second for Geelong in this quarter. Have a look at it. Just before that contest between Wright and Williams.
But you can see the intent there for the Spectres. They're getting good ball movement, good spread. They've got shooters open. They're just not making the visitors pay right now. Walker's probably had the 2 best opportunities, wide open shots.
5.5 left in this second term. Con backing down on McInerney. Oh, he did everything right there, Simon Con. You'd back him in 9 times out of 10 and knock that one down. In and out. Gatlin at the other end, kicks it out. Thomas for 3, loves his position. He turns to the crowd as well. It's a healthy contingent that have made the trek down the highway for tonight's game.
Again, they're getting great production from their starters. Thomas has 5. So Thomas now up to 8.
Steele fading away and knocking that one down. Nice reply from Andrew Steele.
But yeah, Thomas has 8, 7 to Owusu, 5 to McInerney, 6 to Williams, 4 to Gatlin. They're spreading the love.
That was the case in their win over Dandenong last week. They're starting 5, and they're carrying through this team. McInerney for 3, falling short, long O-board. Couldn't do much about that one. Swatala loses control, sends it into the third row, and it is a Nunawading ball. Thomas adamant that it should have been in Geelong's possession, but Dane Swatala more than happy to take the sideline ball. (38-31) in favour of the Supercats. The 6th place team facing the 3rd place team. Con again back in town. This time gets nice and low and banks it off the glass. Simon Con.
Well, McInerney gambled that he was going to go the other way, and Con read it and went straight for the easy layup. Sometimes the gambles pay off, and sometimes they make you look silly.
He's up to 10 points, Simon Con. Owusu for 3, knocks it down, and they are so hot from beyond the arc.
9 of 15 from downtown. The Supercats are sizzling.
And they were 2 for 33 in round 1 against Nunawading. What a turnaround. That was a long time ago, though. Right, between the legs. Gee, risky for McDonald, but he was aware the Con was inside, and he can't get the drop. McInerney picks it up. Gatlin on the fast break. He sees Con, takes him on, and he draws the contact. Ballsy from DeMarcus Gatlin, but he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
Well, it's going to be very, very hard for Simon Con to guard Gatlin in transition. Did a reasonable job, actually, looking back at the replay. Picks up the foul nonetheless, and we're going to have a timeout call to the Spectres. They're down by 8, and with Gatlin at the line shooting 2.
Geelong 41, Nunawading 33. Owusu with 10 points, along with Con in the 10 points as well. But we have a look back at that contest in round 1. It was 32-21 in favour of the Spectres at quarter time. Almost the tables were turned tonight, though, with Geelong holding the advantage. Interesting comments from Leon O'Neill during the week. He said all the other sides left in this have championship aspirations and have been talking about wanting a title. But that can become problematic if things get tight. We have a freedom we haven't had for a few years, and the guys are embracing that. So he's almost saying...
No expectation.
Yeah, no expectation.
No expectation. No one expects us to win. I bet you they feel like they can win, though, and they're playing like it right now. Have they been shooting hot or whatever? They've had 10 more shots than the Spectres. They've got 11 offensive rebounds. But the more important stat right now, they are 9 of 15 from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Sizzling hot, but it's not just 1 or 2 players doing it. Owusu's 2 of 2. Thomas is 2 of 3. Williams is 2 of 3. 1 of 2 from McInerney. 2 of 2 from Varley off the bench.
Yeah.
Again, that's so hard to guard. It's not just 1 or 2 players. It's the whole team.
Here is DeMarcus Gatlin with a couple of free throw attempts. His coach, Leon O'Neill, said during the week that Gatlin is one of the best people I've ever met, basketball aside, but he's a fierce competitor on the court. And you can see that by his work at the defensive end of the court.
So right now, they've got the biggest lead of the game, 10 points.
Some concerns for Dave Beaver, Duncan Berg and the coaching staff. And Andrew Steele with a bullet-like pass for the fans in the second row. It did come off some hands of Geelong, though, so still in another Nunawading ball with McDonald and Swatala and Walker, who's backing down. He'll fancy himself in this position, spinning around. Good defense, though, from Thomas. Forced the missed shot. And now they're rolling Geelong. Owusu kicks it out for Williams. Takes a stock take. Wants to screen from
He wants a
Hicks,
shot.
and then he gets the shot.
Good no call by the referees.
Right. McDonald in there with a left-hand finish. Superb from Shane McDonald.
Well, it was made a little bit easier for him too. Walker did a great job off the ball to help secure that pathway to the rim. That's called using your body.
Back to 8 points. Russo this time guarded by McDonald. Hicks back on the court. After getting into some early foul trouble. 2 fouls for him. Gatlin working baseline. Good D from Andrew Steele. And he forces the missed shot, and Walker comes up with the defensive rebound.
That was very good defense by Steele. Forcing Gatlin to put the ball on the floor and wasn't able to hit.
Right. Working around Swatala. Walker. McDonald for 3. The veteran can't come up with it. Swatala couldn't find a teammate. Williams on the fast break. Guarded by Wright. Gets around him easily. Misses the shot. Another defensive rebound. The stops are starting to flow for Nunawading. Right. McDonald with confidence and authority. Through for the layup.
Well, we talked about it was a 10-point margin. The highest of the game just moments ago. Back to 6. And back-to-back baskets by McDonald. Getting to the rim. And again, Geelong had an opportunity, though, to score at the other end as Gatlin. And did you see that? He took a little sneaky look at the Spectres bench to say, yep, that's me.
See Jesse Caspers as well, giving a wry smile as Gatlin was walking past. Swatala uncontested from the stripe. Lovely mid-range 2 from the American international. Entertaining contest. Hope you're enjoying it on NBL1.
So Swatala's now up to 9 points, but you look across at the box score as we see Hicks shoots from the mid-range. That was sweet. But for me, 2 things are standing out for the Spectres. Chronopoulos, 0 points, and only 4 points to Tom Wright.
Right on the floor as is Steele. This is Swatala taken out of his hands. There it is, Gatlin once again.
Got some of the quickest hands in the league.
He's the thief in the night if you've ever seen one on a basketball court.
Gets a well-deserved break, and don't his teammates love him, all upstanding and getting around him, and Varley's back in now. And again, when Varley came in this situation in the previous period, came in and knocked down 2 threes, so.
He's guarding Tom Wright here. Wright goes to work. That was some tough look there from Tom Wright. He had 3 Supercats around him. And now Williams at the other end. Tries to knock that one down. This time, easy defensive rebound for Swatala.
I don't think that was a great shot by Williams. They had a bit more shot clock to run. Could have got a better shot away. And now it's going to be Spectres with the last chance.
7 to shoot. McDonald, what a pass inside. An even better block from McInerney. Con turning around. Misses. Taken away by Owusu. What a frantic final 10 seconds of his term.
That was
and the
Hicks.
Supercats go in with a 9-point advantage at halftime.
That was Hicks with the block, not McInerney. Hicks, and it wasn't he pumped after that. Did you see the pass first and foremost?
McDonald.
That was phenomenal. And then Hicks just flew out of nowhere to send it back into the crowd.
48 to 39 at halftime. They're quick into the sheds. Nunawading. It's an interesting atmosphere to say the least at halftime.
It's gone dead.
It's a full house. It's very quiet. We'll see if we can get the troops rallied here at the Nunawading Basketball Centre during halftime. If we take a break, and we'll come back for the second half with the Supercats leading Nunawading 48 to 39. Backing down, turning around, fouled, count the points. What a court. Athletic and layup attempt, no good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket.
What didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is, in the end, a pretty easy. Tom Wright had a good game last week, and in the end, it opened up for the captain of From Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. Against Geelong in round 1. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first.
Offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for 3 again. This time knocks it down.
Led there by Swatala.
Right, inboard. Con this time nice and
And
deep. And is Williams again shooting three. Lovely elevation and a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala. Swatala. Thomas can't hit that three. And this time Gatlin gets Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too, smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple. What a performance this has been, early stages. Swatala at the other end for his own triple. All nylon. Walker.
That's
nice
strong.
Move. 2 very strong field
It
goals.
was like a vacuum cleaner then, just sucking it down.
And Walker off the glass. Big stuff. Feeding Gatlin. 5 to shoot. They're using up a lot of their shot clock. Owusu wide open. For
Yeah, this season he's been very effective.
McInerney this time, right move, right exit out. Gatlin at the other end, kicks it out. Thomas for 3, loves his position.
So Thomas now up to 8.
Steele fading away and knocking that one down. The third place team. Con again back in town. This time gets nice and low.
Make you look silly.
He's up to 10 points, Simon Con. Owusu for 3, knocks it down, and those are starting to flow for Nunawading. Right, McDonald with confidence and authority.
And again, Geelong had an opportunity though to score at the other end as Gatlin.
Giving her a wry smile as Gatlin was walking past. Swatala uncontested from the strike. Lovely mid-range 2.
Now up to 9 points, but you look across at the box score as we see Hicks shoots from the mid-range. That was sweet.
Looking for Hicks. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Thomas with his first look, and it's a beautiful look as well. And he's mid-range. Simon Con backing down, turning around, fouled. Count the points. What a court! Athletic and layup attempt, no good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket.
What didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is in the end a pretty easy. Tom Wright had a good game last week, and in the end it open up for the captain Owusu. From Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. Against Geelong in round 1. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first.
Offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for 3 again. This time knocks it down.
Led there by Swatala.
Right, inboard. Con this time nice and,
And
deep. And is Williams again shooting 3. Lovely elevation and a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala. Swatala. Thomas can't hit that 3. And this time Gatlin gets Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too, smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple. What a performance this has been, early stages. Swatala at the other end for his own triple. All nylon. Walker.
That's
nice
strong.
Move. 2 very strong field
It
goals.
was like a vacuum cleaner then, just sucking it down.
And Walker off the glass. Big stuff. Feeding Gatlin. 5 to shoot. They're using up a lot of their shot clock. Owusu wide open. For
Yeah, this season he's been very effective.
McInerney this time, right move, right exit out. Gatlin at the other end, kicks it out. Thomas for 3, loves his position.
So Thomas now up to 8.
Steele fading away and knocking that one down. The third place team. Con again back in town. This time gets nice and low.
Make you look silly.
He's up to 10 points, Simon Con. Owusu for 3, knocks it down, and those are starting to flow for Nunawading. Right, McDonald with confidence and authority.
And again, Geelong had an opportunity though to score at the other end as Gatlin.
Giving her a wry smile as Gatlin was walking past. Swatala uncontested from the strike. Lovely mid-range 2.
Now up to 9 points, but you look across at the box score as we see Hicks shoots from the mid-range. That was sweet.
Looking for Hicks. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Thomas with his first look, and it's a beautiful look as well. And he's mid-range. Simon Con backing down, turning around, fouled. Count the points. What a court! Athletic and layup attempt, no good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket.
What didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is in the end a pretty easy. Tom Wright had a good game last week, and in the end it open up for the captain Owusu. From Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. against Geelong in round one. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first.
Offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for three again. This time knocks it down.
Led there by Swatala.
Right, inboard. Con this time nice and
And
deep. And is Williams again shooting three. Lovely elevation and a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala. To Swatala. Thomas can't hit that three. And this time Gatlin gets Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too. Smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple. What a performance this has been, early stages. Swatala at the other end for his own triple. All nylon. Walker.
That's
nice
strong.
move. Two very strong field
It
goals.
was like a vacuum cleaner then, just sucking it down.
And Walker off the glass. Big stuff. Feeding Gatlin. 5 to shoot. They're using up a lot of their shot clock. Owusu wide open. For
Yeah, this season he's been very effective.
McInerney this time right move. Right exit out. Gatlin at the other end. Kicks it out. Thomas for three. Loves his position.
So Thomas now up to 8.
Steele fading away and knocking that one down. The third place team. Con again back in town. This time gets nice and low.
Make you look silly.
He's up to 10 points, Simon Con. Owusu for three. Knocks it down and those are starting to flow for Nunawading. Right. McDonald with confidence and authority.
And again, Geelong had an opportunity though to score at the other end as Gatlin.
Giving her a wry smile as Gatlin was walking past. Swatala uncontested from the stripe. Lovely mid-range two.
Up to 9 points, but you look across at the box score as we see Hicks shoots from the mid-range. That was sweet.
Looking for Hicks. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Thomas with his first look. And it's a beautiful look as well. And he's mid-range. Simon Con backing down, turning around. Fouled. Count the points. What a court. Athletic at layup attempt. No good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket.
What didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is, in the end, a pretty easy. Tom Wright had a good game last week, and in the end, it opened up for the captain of Wooth. Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. Against Geelong in round one. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first.
Offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for three again. This time knocks it down.
Led there by Swatala.
Right, inboard. Con this time nice and,
And
deep. And is Williams again shooting three. Lovely elevation and a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala.
Cats for a lot of that because they haven't really given the home crowd much to get behind yet.
Yep.
And a lot of that, you mentioned offensive rebounding, 25 rebounds overall, 11 of them are offensive compared to 20 and 5 to Nunawading. And then they just turned on the afterburners from beyond the arc. They are shooting 10 of 17 from beyond the arc. At one stage, they were 60% from downtown. And it's been a spread of scorers. It's 2 of 2 from Owusu, 2 of 3 from downtown to Thomas. You can go through the whole team. 1 of 2 for McInerney, 2 of 2 for Varley. And right now, they hold the upper hand.
Underway in the second half. Seasons on the line. Right here, right now. Williams for Hicks. Thought about the jam, went the layup instead, and Geelong on the board in the second half.
Great way to start for Geelong. Have got Owusu, Thomas, Williams, Hicks, Gatlin on court. Con, McDonald, Swatala, Renopoulos and Wright. The latter of which hits from downtown.
Lovely shot from Tom Wright. More team lifter to reduce the margin to 8 points.
7 points now to Tom Wright. Only 4 points in the opening term.
Here's Gatlin. Owusu stepping back, thought about the three. Gatlin does attempt the three, but can't knock it down. Long rebound from McDonald. He kicks up the tempo.
Oh, nearly threw it away.
Tom Wright equal to the task. And he flows up the throater. Throws up the floater, more like it.
Well, you had a throater.
Yeah, that's right. And then, McDonald was all by himself for three. Con instead with 5 to shoot. Goes himself. That's a tough shot. Oh, he somehow gets it to go, King Con.
Well, kind of feels like exactly how the game opened. Basket for basket and Con making his first shot. Con now has 12 points to lead all scorers.
Gatlin for Hicks. Turning around. It's a really sort of uncomplicated kind of shooting style from Hicks. No fuss. It's effective though, not on that occasion, but has been so far tonight. McDonald switching with Hronopoulos. Gets the screen from Connor. Hronopoulos charging towards the basket. Can't get it to go, and Con can't get the O-board.
And Hronopoulos still has a donut next to his name. He has not scored. It's usually a bit of a live wire.
Mentioning off-air beforehand that the Spectres really haven't used much of their bench at all so far in this game, Damien.
No, they've only gone to Lucas Walker and Andrew Steele. So they've really stuck to their key 7 players. We haven't seen Ben Eyre. We haven't seen Jake Saunders, who hit 6 3-pointers last week. 6 from 8. Really got the Spectres back in the game, and we have not seen him at all tonight.
Dave Beaver putting the trust in his stars. Swatala for Wright with 8 to shoot. Working baseline. And a good pass inside for Swatala, who gets it to go, and it's back to 4 points.
Great pass by Wright, but even better cut there by Swatala. Dived into the middle.
In the double figures now, Dane Swatala. 11 points for him. Supercats happy to slow down the tempo. Thomas v. Swatala turning around, quick release, in and out.
He nearly hit what would have been a miraculous shot. That little one-hand push from almost the elbow.
Swatala, quick release, a lovely release, and it's all of a sudden back to 2 points.
Well, I mentioned how important earlier on, how important Dane Swatala is, and there he is again. He's got his hands on the ball. And it's going to go back to the Spectres, and the Spectres now have got a little bit of momentum. I'm starting to hear a little bit of crowd.
Yeah, you can. I was just thinking the same thing. They've come to life. Has been instigated by Swatala in a couple of big plays. McDonald calling the shots from the point. It's the screen from Con. Pick and roll. Simon Con, the mid-range jumper. We're all square at the graveyard.
Pick and roll. That's a pick and pop. And Con goes bang. And now the crowd starting to get into this game.
What have the Supercats got? First time they've really been genuinely challenged tonight. Hicks goes to work on Con, turning around, and he gets the lucky drop. Nice solo play there from Marlo Hicks.
That was a tough move by Hicks, and certainly not afraid to go up and take the shot.
Right for 3 at the other end.
Oh, just rimmed out, and that's going to go back to the Spectres.
They're all ready to transition defensively. Nunawading, but fumble.
Look at the body language of the Supercats, though. It's not the same as it was in the first half.
And here he is. The microwave has hit the court. Jack Saunders.
He's bandaged up too. Wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
Certainly didn't happen last Saturday night.
He was awesome. Speaking of awesome, Swatala has had a great start to this term, but misses that shot from the corner. And 6 minutes in. Well, 6 minutes to go rather in this third term. Thomas loves a 3-ball. He's well short. And McDonald playing a big game for his team tonight. Looping it in for Swatala. Looping it out for Saunders. Con,
Good
McDonald,
ball movement.
right for 3.
Great ball movement by the Spectres. Getting the ball through hands. And it's right. Getting it right in the corner.
And they've hit the front, the Nunawading Spectres, 53 to 52. Thomas cutting inside.
Oh, that's a travel.
Travel called.
He was off and running before he put the ball on the floor.
And the momentum right now is all with Nunawading.
And again, the body language of Geelong, they're second-guessing themselves.
Things really starting to click for the Spectres. Lost their qualifying final last week to Frankston by 10 points. Saunders for McDonald.
Oh, Saunders is open. Get him the ball. Oh.
6 to shoot here for Simon Conn. He kicks it out. Swatala
There he is.
The microwave
Blocked.
is denied. What a rejection by Gatlin. Incredible block. And at the other end, he makes them pay. DeMarcus Gatlin with a sensational solo play.
Oh, that was huge by Gatlin. It was almost knowing that they were going to get it to Saunders.
They hit the front again, the Supercats. 54-53. Swatala loses control. And he's turned it over. When to put up the shot. Great defense from the Supercats.
And Saunders checks straight back out and Walker's back in.
And now the Supercats get the game back on their terms. Gatlin goes
And
in!
one! Ho-ho!
DeMarcus Gatlin single-handedly has lifted his team.
I think he's flicked the switch. He's turned it on. Blocking shots at one end and finishing tough layups at the other.
Sensational from DeMarcus Gatlin. He'll go to the line as well. But he is having a purple patch in the last 2 minutes.
Just as we said, the body language wasn't looking good. DeMarcus is like, I'm not having any of that. Come on, boys, get on my shoulders.
And he carries him back to a 4-point lead. Now the challenge is put on the Spectres. Right. McDonald for three, a deep three. Off target, Conn can't find a teammate off the glass. And it's a 3-on-2 ball. Williams pulls up for three. No lucky drop, and that is off Walker's hands. And he can't believe it. Referee will come in and I think overturn the call.
I think it'll get overturned too. I think that was pretty clearly off Thomas.
Here it is on replay. You can understand why the referee did call a Supercats ball in initially, but Lucas Walker was adamant that was off the Geelong.
Well,
McDonald calls for movement. Walker backing down on Thomas, turning around. That's lovely from Lucas Walker.
back to 2 points.
Williams wants a screen from McInerney. He gets one. Then the pick and roll, none forthcoming. Thomas, Gatlin with 11 to shoot. Inside to Thomas, McInerney. Williams will always put that shot up, and he can't knock it down. And from the side, McInerney, foul might be against him on this occasion. No, it's not.
It's on McDonald.
On McDonald, in fact.
I think McDonald knew, but everyone else was baffled. Certainly no complaints there by the Spectres. We'll get a timeout called. And it's a 2-point ball game.
This is what finals basketball is all about, Damien. The ebbs and flows throughout a game. Seasons on the line.
And we kind of need it as we see the fans. They're trying to get the fans going. Some giveaways in the crowd. They do it pretty well here at Nunawading. And look, it's really tightened up a bit now. We've seen DeMarcus Gatlin getting going, getting his team back on just when we thought the tide was turning. And it just feels like we're building towards something special here. It really does, and that's why I'm sort of a bit lost for words. As we see Gatlin there finish through traffic moments after that big rejection, and Lucas Walker finishing inside.
He's been very good since quarter time, Lucas Walker.
He has.
Really lifted his output. No
but
doubt
again,
about that.
Dane Swatala, 13 points. Conn's got 14. Tom Wright all of a sudden has 10, and Walker off the bench has 8. And while Gatlin now has 14 points, 10 to Owusu, 8 to Thomas, 8 to Hicks. And they've got great production also with 6 points from Williams and 6 from Varley off the bench.
Gatlin 1 rebound away from a double-double as well. 14 points, 9 rebs, but 4 of them offensive.
And 2 block shots, and amazingly with no steals.
Yeah.
He's had his hands on everything.
He's had a hand on a few turnovers though, no doubt about that. 9 to shoot here. Thomas, that's a tough shot.
Oh!
How the heck did that go in? Lewis Thomas with an impossible shot.
Thomas now has double figures too.
59 to 55. Walker fancies himself in this position. He's already done it on Thomas. Kicks it out for Swatala. Thought about the shot. Steele on the court. McDonald has 5 to shoot. He's a long way out. Drives inside. Walker. And then a shot from Steele. Off target, and Swatala picks up the crumbs for 2.
Well, look, that was good ball movement in the end by the Spectres. The extra pass as the shot clock's running down, got a wide open shot. Could have easily made that one, but Swatala, right place, right time.
Thomas, he sees an opening. He goes straight through as well, and Walker is called for the foul.
That's foul number 3 on Lucas Walker.
3rd team foul as well for the Spectres in this game. In this quarter, rather.
No fouls, interesting though, on the Supercats.
So Thomas will be going to the line. Lewis Thomas, he's had a big season. 15 and a half points, averaging 32 minutes. 72% free throw shooter.
Been very few fouls tonight as well, overall.
Compared to what you saw last week against Frankston.
Well, Frankston were just a foul, like foul magnets. They were drawing fouls almost at will.
Thomas.
Swatala, great heads-up play. Taps it off the rim.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't do that in the NBA, but you can do it in international rules. And that's what we play here in NBL1.
No goaltend here.
Spin.
Walker. Left hand finish, drops. 1 point ball game. Lucas Walker playing one of his better games for a while.
I'm not quite sure he was saying to the referee, are you not entertained? or asking for the foul call.
What a game. Thomas, this time can't hit it. Walker, big rebound, and he's fouled.
It's McInerney. Thomas going, where was the foul? But I think Swatala did a fantastic job defensively. Kept his hands up, moved his feet. You'll see it here. Did a great job. And there you go. McInerney over the top, reaching in. Picks up a foul.
First personal for McInerney.
No one in foul trouble for Geelong. Lucas Walker, the only person on the game with 3 fouls.
And he's been a real game changer for Nunawading, Lucas Walker. Steele with the basketball. Right. Swatala, 10 to shoot. Walker almost lost control. He's now got 7 seconds to shoot. Steele, McDonald, who's going to put it up? He drives inside, McDonald kicks it out. Hiranopoulos fumbled at the wrong time. And he gives away the foul. Probably not the worst foul of all time either.
Oh, that was a good foul. But Demarcus Catlin
He's playing like Demarcus Catlin.
I was going to say. Nearly a Freudian slip there. But picks up his first steal of the game. So we see some substitutions. Swatala will check out. Con back in. And McDonald will head to the bench for Wright. And Lewis Thomas checks out. And Williams is back in. And Hicks.
Just over 90 seconds remaining in this 3rd term. It has belonged to Nunawading. The Supercats have been able to slow down the tempo and get the game back in their turns. And this man has been a big reason why, but not that shot. All oxygen.
There's a few shouts of airball from the crowd. Oh, right, wide open.
For 3. Misses.
Oh,
and
bodies crashing the board there.
Gatlin eventually is credited with the rebound.
Williams.
Always shooting that, Williams. Can't knock it down. Gatlin.
Stepped out.
He did step out of bounds, Gatlin, so it'll be an Nunawading ball. This is set up for a thrilling finish here at the Graveyard.
So that 3-point shooting we were talking about, all of a sudden it's just 45%. Still 10 threes made, but now it's up to 22 attempts.
And the offensive rebound dominance hasn't been as prolific as well. They've certainly been able to dry those up of the Spectres. Con. Now to Wright. Walker by himself. Gatlin gets there in time. Inside, Hiranopoulos can't get the tip. Con's there, off the O-board, gets it to go. And they're back in front, the Spectres.
They've just got 40 seconds to play in this 3rd term.
Williams kicks up the tempo. The floater well off target. Hits the floor. Hiranopoulos. He might look to go himself here. Retreats to Walker. From the top of the stripe, Lucas Walker. What a game he's playing.
Lucas Walker in transition scores his 12th points of the game. And now it's the Spectres seemingly taking control. They're up 63-60. And we've got the shot clock turned off with 23.8 seconds to play in the third. Great defence by Wright. Nearly forces a 5-second violation.
Varley able to bring it up to the front end of the court. Have the Supercats and Gatlin got one final big play left in them. Gatlin calls a play. He wants a screen from Hicks and he gets it. Works it out to Williams. Open for three. Misses the tip from McInerney, no good. Hicks turning around, off target, and the Spectres go in to the final change and turn for home with a 3-point lead. 63-60 from the Spectres after a 24-12 third quarter. That is what finals basketball is all about.
Oh, they've turned it around. The Nunawading trailed 23-30 in the opening term. Really tightened things up in the second, and now a 24-12 third term has really turned things around. And there was really two drivers. I thought early on it was Swatala, and then Lucas Walker stepped up and took control.
Swatala up to a double-double. He's got 15 and 10. Dane Swatala, 15 points, the 10 rebounds as well. But Walker off the bench, essentially, he's played more minutes than Costas tonight, Costas Renopoulos, but he's been able to make the most of his opportunities, able to get on the board with 12 points and crash the boards for three as well.
Well, he's shooting 6 of 10 from the field too, so he's been very efficient. As is Swatala, 7 of 10. Con, 7 of 12. Renopoulos just hasn't been able to get going, and he's only played 15 minutes. But Walker has really been able to close that up, as has Steele. Even though Steele hasn't had the scoring, he's actually been quite effective defensively tonight.
What are you thinking this last quarter, Damien? And the Supercats been able to get on a roll here and get back to that dominance that they showed certainly in the first quarter?
Oh, you can't write them off, not when you've got a guy like Gatlin. Williams has shown that, well, he hasn't really got going. He hit too early, and he hasn't been able to make a shot since from beyond the arc. But you can see shooter's mentality. All it's going to take is one, and he's going to be in a flurry. And such a dangerous player. Thomas is looking so dangerous still. You know, he's been there. He's got 11 points. Owusu, we didn't see much of Owusu in that term. He certainly looked very dangerous. They've got players that can step up and take this to them. They're here for a reason. They're good enough. So it's all going to set up for this final term. 3-point lead to the Spectres. Of course, earlier tonight, there was another game involving Geelong. Back in Geelong, it was the women.
Yep.
They were in action. And it was an important win for them. They got a 78-63 victory over Ringwood. So they're going straight to the preliminary final.
And it means that Ringwood have to travel back down the highway to play Nunawading tomorrow in a semi-final, who earlier tonight beat the Waverley Falcons very convincingly.
They did so indeed, and it was Sarah Blitzarves, 23 points, 9 rebounds, leading the way for the Supercats in that one.
Gee, travel called on Hicks, so not a great start for Geelong. And a turnover early, giving Nunawading a good look. So both the women's sides able to get a victory for these two respective clubs earlier tonight. So someone's going 2-0 and one is going 1-1. McDonald from the corner, in and out, and Hicks comes up and Con tried to, probably wasn't the smartest thing of all time from Con. He gives away the foul, trying to knock it out of Hicks's hands.
Did the whole wood chopper action. Nearly chopped his arm off.
Second personal foul for Con. Nowhere near the foul trouble that he found himself in 7 days ago. Varley starting on the court. This is Gatlin and Owusu. McInerney and Hicks also low for Geelong. Owusu goes to work. Oh, he tried to thread the needle, none forthcoming. It is off Nunawading feet, but only 5 seconds here for Geelong to shoot. 63-60. NBL1 semi-final action from the graveyard. It's been a classic contest, this one. 3 to shoot. Hicks has to put this up from the sideline, and well played. Swatala knocks it out of his hands, and an early win for the Spectres in this term.
Great defensive stop there by the Spectres. They didn't just do it once, they did it twice. And Hicks really had nowhere to go.
So it'll be a sideline ball for Nunawading. Swatala and McDonald and Con and Wright out there. The combination that has terrorised many sides for many years. Wright for 3, falling well short. Tom Wright, Gatlin.
Lucas Walker was lucky not to be pinged for a foul there.
Between the legs on, Swatala misses.
And again, Swatala did really well to stay out of trouble. Just held his ground, kept his hands out. He had a reached in there. Gatlin was going to get a foul. So, good defensive stop by the Spectres again.
Here's McDonald. For Wright. Gets a screen from Con. Works his way in for a shot from the baseline. Swatala, strong rebound. Blocked away there by McInerney. Sends it back outside the baseline. And 12 seconds now for Nunawading to shoot.
Well, Wright should have made that shot. Just a bit long, as we see Con is long as well. So missed opportunity really there by the Spectres.
Still no score. Almost 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter to either side. Hicks. Owusu going to work. Foul called against Wright. And that's only his first personal foul.
Certainly a big difference from last week. Wright fouled out and was in foul trouble early.
But it's the second team foul so far for Nunawading. Only 2 minutes played as well, so I'll be keeping a close eye on that. And a few more to give. Gatlin from the stripe. Still can't get it to go. McDonald, good hustle for the defensive rebound.
Gatlin really hasn't been able to get his shot going at all tonight. Most of his dangerous scoring has been on penetration.
Simon Con kicks it out. Swatala lost control. 8 to shoot. Lucas Walker. McDonald in the corner. Kicks it out right for 3. The captain comes up with a captain's basket.
What a time to hit your 13 points. Putting his side up by 6.
Big play there from Tom Wright. And now the pressure on the Supercats is a foul off the ball.
McDonald gave a good shirt front to the bigger player, McInerney.
Second personal for McDonald, third team foul for the Spectres, and we've played just under 3 minutes in this fourth quarter.
And that could come into play down the stretch. No fouls to the Supercats. But if the Supercats are trailing, they're going to pick up a few fouls very quickly. They're not going to want to let this one get away from them.
Hicks.
Oh, Hicks.
What a move on Walker. Couldn't get it to go. Gatlin missed the follow-up. Con gets the rebound. So Nunawading with the ascendancy now. They trail by as much as 10 points during that second term. Oh, and Wright gives it straight to an unexpected crowd member in row 2.
It was very unlike Wright as well, that pass, way off target.
So Thomas checks back in. McInerney takes a rest. And really impressively, McInerney with the minutes he's played tonight. Here's Gatlin.
Lovely.
For Thomas inside and jams it down. Thomas with a big jam.
Just good recognition. Saw what was unfurling on the play. Lovely little dump off.
Back to 4 points. McDonald for Swatala. He's got Lucas Walker deep. Swatala is fouled. And that was called on Gatlin as well. His second personal foul. And the first team foul for Geelong in this term.
It's not really a bad foul at all. Geelong probably want to get a couple more fouls up. They're trailing by 4. And really struggling to find a way to score.
Nice inbounds pass for Tom Wright, who's working along the baseline. And another foul, this time against Owusu.
And Owusu had Wright in a very good position, well behind the backboard. Didn't need to reach in. So things getting very tense. You can nearly see it in the players' faces too. They know this is a close one.
The crowd sense it as well. There's just a sense of hesitancy and anticipation almost. Con looking for Walker to cut inside. Wright again for 3! Tommy Wright comes up with the goods at the right time.
Wright can do no wrong. Back-to-back triples.
No, a 7-point lead now for the Spectres. Hicks fading away. No love off the glass, and Dane Swatala has been colossal off the boards. McDonald spinning through Finding a way right is hot from beyond the arc, but he can't knock that one down.
That was a tougher shot. Hand in his face that time.
Gatlin behind the back for Thomas. Kicking it up a gear now with the Supercats. Hicks by himself for three. No fuss, but through all nylon.
Oh, that was a big shot by Marlo Hicks in transition on the trail. That's exactly where the big man likes it. In fact, it's very Con-like. That's what Simon Con loves to do.
Halfway through this final term, Simon Con, the veteran, well short on that hook shot. And Varley almost lost control. But with just over 5 minutes remaining in this semi-final, we've got a 4-point ball game. Gatlin well off target. Walker with a strong rebound.
And that was not a great shot by Gatlin. There was not one Supercats player anywhere near the paint that time. No chance of an offensive rebound.
The defense calls come from the Supercats contingent. Oh, he threads the needle somehow, Swatala.
Oh!
And Con comes up with a long-range shot.
Simon Con. Let's talk about the three-point shot for a moment. He's certainly more than capable there, but...
Oh, Varley at the other end. Anything Con can do, Varley can do just as well.
Varley's third three-pointer, but I was going to say, how was the needle thread at the other end to Con in the first place?
Can't believe that found its way through to Simon Con. What a game of semi-final NBL1 action. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Swatala backing down, kicks it out. Walker this time in the corner.
It's raining three-pointers here at the Graveyard.
What a game. 75-68 Spectres at the Graveyard in front of their home fans. We know the Supercats, they won't stop coming. Hicks for three. Oh my goodness! Can you believe what we're seeing?
Marlo Hicks hits his second three-pointer of the period. And it's just raining three-pointers in. We're far from having any nail in a coffin at the Graveyard tonight.
Don't go anywhere. Now, McDonald, the foul is called on Owusu. Was McDonald in the process of shooting? They're having a look at it now.
I got a feeling he was passing.
Let's have a look at it on the replay.
He was passing.
Yep, baseline ball.
Of course, the referees don't have the advantage of an instant replay. And Simon Con's going to take a break with 3:37 to play. They're up by 4. I think he's gassed. That's why he's getting the break. But having said this, this is arguably a better defensive lineup with him off the court.
Yeah, Horonopoulos comes onto the court for him. Here's Walker.
Great
Can't
D by
get around
Hicks.
Hicks.
Smart play by Walker, throwing it off Hicks' leg. It's only 9 on the shot clock, Ben.
Don't go anywhere. Wherever you're watching around the planet, this is sudden death basketball at its best. Tom Wright with 8 to shoot. In motion.
It's off.
Well off target was Shane McDonald.
Oh, Walker couldn't put it in.
And now the Supercats get a stop and an opportunity at an offensive look.
Thomas was open.
Thought about it. Gatlin.
He's thinking about it.
For three. Gatlin.
Oh, rims out. Big rebound by Wright.
Tom Wright, with just over 3 minutes to go, comes up with a big defensive board.
It's just a 4-point margin. This could be anyone's.
Who's going to come up with a big-time play?
Oh, Swatala.
Swatala. Oh, Walker wasn't expecting it. Unbelievable play. Everyone thought Dane Swatala was putting up that three, except Dane Swatala. And now at the other end, Owusu.
Big box out by Horonopoulos. That is a big defensive rebound there by Horonopoulos.
Extraordinary play that we saw just before as the substitution is called. Simon Constant on the bench didn't last long, but it's a timeout nonetheless. Here's that play just before. Well, it's Con, in fact, rather than knocking that one down. But
I think we're just going to see the montage of three-point shots that we've seen in this final period. It's had a bit of everything. Both ways. Look at this. Walker steps up, hits another three, and then we're going to see another one. The other end. Hicks again.
In slow motion almost. Has been a sensational final quarter. Here's the state of play. 2 minutes, 38 seconds remaining on the clock. Dave Beaver's Spectres, this experienced lineup, 75, leading the Supercats 71. This is a Supercats team that has lost over 1,000 games of experience in the past few years. Nathan Herbert no longer there. Jamie Medved no longer there. That's 600 games of experience just between those two. This is a different looking Supercats outfit, and this is their opportunity to shine on the big stage.
Yeah, well, again, had no expectations really on them this season, apart from those that they imply on themselves.
Yeah.
And they've really come out and they've shaken things up in the playoffs already, getting to this stage. And they're really putting themselves in a position where they can launch this final assault for the last 2 minutes, 38 seconds. But hasn't Tom Wright had a big final term? Marlo Hicks has had a big final term.
Being contributors right throughout the game.
Going to go straight back to Con.
10 to shoot.
Oh, Hicks!
Hicks read it superbly off hands. Well played. And now the Supercats get a look offensively. Varley on the court. And into the hands of Gatlin. Their star player. He goes to work and loses his footing. Thomas for three. Oh!
That looked good too.
It did. Swatala read it well off the rim, and he brings down a big defensive board.
The crowd breathed a big sigh of relief when that missed.
Last 2 minutes. Oh, McDonald's pass almost intercepted. Swatala went for the speedy pass inside for McDonald. He goes for Wright. He goes for Walker. He goes for three. He knocks it down. Lucas Walker, insane.
Lucas Walker comes up with a big triple. His second of the term.
Marlo. Well, gosh, that really had drizzle coming down on it as it went.
He's really got that Arvidas Sabonis style, doesn't he? But geez, had a bit of everything, but it's a 7-point margin.
Yeah.
Now the Supercats are really up against it.
So they've only got, and they haven't got a foul. Well, they've got on 4 fouls. So really in Nunawading's advantage now.
Well, they need to get a stop on this possession.
Right. Puts it up and out. And it's still a Nunawading ball. Off Hicks's hands.
Oh, that hurts.
It does. 1:11 remaining. Williams is going to check back in for Varley. There's that shot from Wright, and just
Hicks
coming
over
off
the
Hicks.
top. Yep. Knocked it out, so it's going to be Spectre's ball. 14 on the shot clock, 1:11 to play. And Spectres are up by 7.
Swatala and McDonald. And this is in the best possible hands you could imagine. Shane McDonald for Wright. 4 to shoot for Tom Wright. Loses control. Needs to put it up now. Turning it around. Not banking it. Final minute. What have the Supercats got left? Their season on the line. Williams. Thomas is wide open for 3. Knocks it down.
Oh my, well there's one.
4 points the margin. 48 seconds remaining. Lovely in rhythm shot from Lewis Thomas.
Okay, they haven't fouled early, so they have to play this one out. They don't want to give a foul up now.
Gatlin.
And he fouls.
Fouls.
It's not the one you wanted. If you're going to foul, you've got to do it early.
Yep. Because now they've lost about 10 to 12 seconds off the shot clock. Off the game clock, more importantly.
He just couldn't quite help himself. He's like, I know, I've got to get it. Gave up a foul, and it sends the Spectres to the line, so Swatala has a chance to pretty much ice the game.
A 73% shooter, Dane Swatala. He has had a colossal game for his team tonight. And he misses his first.
Just as you build someone up, eh? It always happens.
No matter how many times you would have shot a free throw over your career, still doesn't prepare you for pressure like this. He misses both.
Oh, the door's ajar.
Here we go. Williams.
Get it back to Thomas.
All we thought about 3. Swatala, good defense. Owusu.
Thomas in the corner.
Thomas, gutted by Con.
It's off his leg.
Off his leg. And a turnover goes Nunawading's way, and there's no shot clock left. 23.6 seconds remaining.
I think we'll have a timeout called.
It is
will
as
be
well.
to the Spectres, and they'll probably advance the ball.
Here's that defensive play, well done by Simon Comed. Able to just push Thomas into the corner there.
They were almost too single-minded trying to get it to Thomas. Obviously, he's been the go-to player. He's been hitting his shots. He hit his last 3. So it was the right idea, but they were almost too single-minded instead of just getting it to an open guy.
What's the Supercats' best chance here, Damien?
Oh, they just have to foul with no time off the clock, send them to the line, and you really want to be very careful who you're going to foul here too. You do not want to foul Tom Wright.
No. Tom Wright, 91%
you want to get
free
McDonald.
throw shooter.
You want to get McDonald to the
Ideally,
line.
yep. Nunawading in terms.
Or even go back to Swatala, who just missed 2 in a row.
Yep.
You know, the little voice in your head starts talking when you miss 2 in a row. And with the game on the line, 4-point margin. So you don't want to give it up. You hit one, go up the other end, hit a 3-pointer, and there's still enough to do that, but they got, that's always depending on missing free throws though. So, of course, ideally you get a steal up the other end for a quick score, and that throws a cat amongst the pigeons. It's going to be very tough though. But you got a guy like Gatlin out there. They've been good. Hicks got a great steal earlier. You can't put this beyond the Super Cats to come up with something big.
Who will Gatlin run with? They've almost sort of set up in rugby union formation style.
I nearly have no doubt in my mind they're going to try and get it into Tom Wright's hands.
He's in the middle of the pack here. McDonald for Wright. Can't get him. Con is fouled. Quite a heavy foul in the end by Hicks. It's probably not a great result because Simon Con's an 86% free throw shooter.
Well, yeah, if you don't get it to Wright, Con's the next best guy to get it to.
Yeah, no, they've done that well. And here is a champion of this league, Simon Con. 36 years of age.
And still racking up double-doubles.
Just for fun. A sigh of relief from the Nunawading crowd.
And if he hits this, it's pretty much over for the Super Cat season. And of course, next week, the winner of this game, Ballarat's waiting up the road.
So a couple of substitutions. Renopoulos will check back in. Con will take a seat.
And they're going with a versatile defensive lineup, getting Con out.
Renopoulos barking the instructions. Is there a miracle still on the cards? Williams for three. Doesn't look great off the hand. Swatala was there.
And Hicks has just crashed through everyone.
Renopoulos takes a strong hit as well.
Hicks was just a human wrecking ball there. He just absolutely gave one to Renopoulos on the back of the head. You don't really see it on the replay properly. But, he just ran through a few of them.
It's not the first time that Renopoulos, he's just checking his nose. A few weeks ago, he was checking his nose after coming up pretty bloody after a hit. It might have been against Waverley a few weeks ago. He spent a fair bit of time off the court and sort of had the tape around his nose to make him sort of look like Lord Voldemort.
But if there's the one anomaly on the Spectres team tonight, Renopoulos has not scored a point. And he still hasn't scored a point. Whereas his teammate Simon Con, the veteran, who's just exited the game, has 20 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, great game from Simon Con.
Renopoulos
can't hit it.
And if you're a Spectres person now, just don't foul. Stand up. Good honesty. No need to foul.
Hicks puts it up for the layup.
And just hang on to it, and that's the ball game.
That is the ball game. They were challenged big time with the Nunawading Spectres. And they will have one final look from the stripe as well.
But a much-deserved win by the Spectres. It didn't look good for them in the first half.
No.
The offensive rebounding, as we see Hicks foul out, they're giving up offensive rebound after offensive rebound, but they tighten the screws. They shut down the three-point shooting, or probably more to the point, the Super Cats cooled off a bit.
Yeah.
Certainly both teams heated up. Here we go. Lucas Walker's giving it.
Well, here we go. This is interesting. Just in front of us here, the referee's having to come on board.
I think Marlo Hicks had something to say on the way out, and I think Lucas Walker was reminding him which team was winning.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Walker's been subbed out as well.
You don't want anything to turn foul if you're a Nunawading Spectres.
Yeah, not too happy. The Super Cats bench as well.
I think Lucas Walker took offence to when Marlo Hicks ran through half the Nunawading Spectres team before.
Tom Wright seals the deal.
Icing on the cake for the Spectres tonight. Of course, it's going to be back-to-back wins for the Spectres tonight after the women.
Great night for this basketball club.
Yes.
With their essentially last home games for the season.
And they were must-win games at that. Their season continues, whereas for the Super Cats, it ends.
What a result for the Spectres. They are through to a preliminary final. And the Ballarat Miners await after an 82-76 victory over the Super Cats. And it's still going on in front of us here. Walker shaking hands. He's having some words with some of the Super Cats bench. He's not too happy at all. Lucas Walker. Nonetheless, tempers have cooled. And it's amicable in the end. The Spectres victorious 82-76. It wasn't looking good. Damien at quarter time and even halfway through that second quarter but it wasn't as necessarily specific players that got Nunawading back into the game. It's still going out here between Walker and Gatlin. This is not what you want to see at the end of an NBL1 game. And it's not great from Walker either.
Not great at all from Walker. There's no need for that from Walker at all. And, you know, at the end of the day, Gatlin, he's such a great guy. And for Gatlin to get involved like that, it's most unusual, whereas Walker's obviously stirring the pot a little bit there as well. But it's a big night for Nunawading.
Yeah.
Simon Conn, the veteran, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Walker had a great game too. 17 points and 8 rebounds. And Dane Swatala, he had the double-double. He ended up with 11 rebounds and 16 points. Tom Wright, 18 points. Lewis Thomas and Marlo Hicks both had 16 apiece, while Hicks had 9 rebounds and Gatlin 14 and 11. And the veteran McDonald for the Spectres, 9 assists.
Just a quick word on Geelong. We talked about them coming into this final series with no expectations. They have had a season where they've probably defied a lot of critics and doubters who thought they probably might not be able to challenge once again. They just pushed the third place team to the brink in a semi-final. There's some promising signs for this team coached by Leon O'Neill.
Oh, there is, and you know, you'd hope Owusu will come back for another run. You'd hope guys like Hicks will come back for another run, because sure enough, you're going to have Thomas back. You're going to have McInerney back off the bench. Varley. Some of these younger guys on the bench have got something to offer as well, and if you can bring them back plus the imports, you know, who knows what's possible. Of course, we probably didn't see the best of Williams tonight. 6 points, 2 of 14, 2 of 9 from downtown. Didn't really get going, 4 assists, but certainly there's a lot to like if you're a Geelong Supercat supporter tonight,
absolutely.
Particularly if they can bring that call back next season.
Damien, been a pleasure working with you, mate. Enjoy the Frankston Blues next week. It's going to be a cracker.
It's going to be an absolute cracker. Frankston down there have already sold out. They sold out 2 days ago.
Awesome.
It's going to be a phenomenal thing. And again, these NBL1 finals and the playoffs have not disappointed at all.
The Blues will play the winner of the Cobras and the Braves that play tomorrow. The Miners will take on the Spectres next week in a preliminary final. On behalf of Damien Arsenis and the team here at Nunawading Basketball Centre, this is Ben Waterworth signing off. The Spectres victorious over the Supercats. And a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala. Swatala. Thomas can't hit that three. And this time Gatlin gets Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple. What a performance this has been, early stages. Swatala at the other end for his own triple. All nylon. Walker.
That's
nice
strong.
Move. 2 very strong field
It was
goals.
like a vacuum cleaner then, just sucking it down.
And Walker off the glass. Big stuff. Feeding Gatlin. 5 to shoot. They're using up a lot of their shot clock. Owusu wide open. For
this season he's been very effective.
McInerney this time, right move, right execute. Gatlin at the other end, kicks it out. Thomas for 3, loves this position.
So Thomas now up to 8.
Steele fading away and knocking that one down. The third place team. Con again back in town. This time gets nice and low.
Make you look silly.
He's up to 10 points, Simon Con. Owusu for 3, knocks it down, and that's starting to flow for Nunawading. Right, McDonald with confidence and authority.
And again, Geelong had an opportunity though to score at the other end. As Gatlin
Giving her a smile as Gatlin was walking past. Swatala uncontested from the strike. Lovely mid-range 2.
up to 9 points, but you look across at the box score as we see Hicks shoots from the mid-range. That was sweet. Con, McDonald, Swatala, Renopoulos and Wright. The latter of which hits from downtown.
Con instead with 5 to shoot, goes himself. That's a tough shot. Oh, he somehow gets it to go. Right with 8 to shoot. Working baseline. And a good pass inside for Swatala, who gets it to go.
From almost the elbow.
Swatala, quick release. Gets the screen from Con. Pick and roll. Simon Con, the mid-range jumper. Tonight, Hicks goes to work on Con, turning around. And he gets the lucky drop. Flipping it out for Saunders. Con,
Good
McDonald,
ball movement.
right for 3.
Great.
Gatlin. Incredible block, and at the other end he makes them pay. Get the game back on their terms. Gatlin goes in.
Oh!
DeMarcus. Walker backing down on Thomas. Turning around. That's lovely from Lucas Walker. 9 to shoot here. Thomas. That's a tough shot.
Oh!
How the heck did that? Walker. And then a shot from Steele. Off target, and Swatala picks up the crumbs for 2. Here. Walker.
Spin.
Left hand finish drops. 1 point ball game.
Oh,
Inside
lovely
Chronopoulos. Can't get the tip. Cons there. Off the O board. Gets it to go. And himself here. Retreats to Walker. From the top of the stripe. Lucas Walker from McInerney. No good. Hicks turning around. Off target. And the Spectres going. McDonald in the corner. Kicks it out right for 3. The captain comes up with it. McDonald in the corner. Kicks it out right for 3. The captain comes up with it. Here's Gatlin.
Lovely.
For Thomas inside and jams it down. Con looking for Walker to cut inside. Right again for 3. Supercats. Hicks by himself for 3. No fuss, but through. All nylon from the Supercats contingent. Oh, he threads the needle somehow. Swatala.
Oh!
Con.
At that moment, he's certainly more than capable there, but
Oh, Varley at the other end. Anything. Swatala backing down. Kicks it out. Walker this time in the corner.
it's raining.
We know the Supercats. They won't stop coming. Hicks for 3. Oh, my goodness. McDonald. He goes for right. He goes for Walker. He goes for 3. He knocks it down. Left. Their season on the line. Williams. Thomas is wide open for 3. Knocks it down.
Oh my, well, no need to foul.
Hicks puts it up for the layup.
And just hang on to it.
Looking for Hicks. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Thomas with his first look. And it's a beautiful look as well. And mid-range. Simon Conn backing down, turning around. Fouled. Count the points. What a court. Athletic and layup attempt. No good. Hicks off the glass and back in the basket.
What didn't Hicks just power up?
Here's Tom Wright. His first attempt is, in the end, a pretty easy. Tom Wright had a good game last week. And in the end, it open up for the captain Awoof. From Gatlin falling well short. Hicks, turnaround, uncontested, misses. Gatlin, third time lucky, gets it to go. Against Geelong in round 1. Now he's shooting from way downtown. Shane McDonald with the first.
Offensive rebounds inside the first 4.5 minutes.
Williams for 3 again. This time knocks it down.
Led there by Swatala.
Right, inboard. Con this time nice and
one.
deep. And is Williams again shooting 3. Lovely elevation and a lovely 14 fouls for the Supercats. Swatala.
Great play. Nice set play.
You might have to go solo here. Spinning around. That's a pretty move from Dane Swatala. Swatala. Thomas can't hit that 3. And this time Gatlin gets Walker. 7 to shoot for Thomas. Drives hard to the basket. Walker got a hand in there again, but Thomas too. Smashing it off the offensive glass. And Varley knocks down the triple.